So it has been a minute. I have not really sat down to film a video or speak with you guys in over half a year. I figured now was a good time, as good a time as any, to just catch you up on where I've been. So back in January, I did spend the month at home. I was pretty much just working full-time. The weather here sucks, so there's not much I was doing other than working out and just doing stuff at home. So I decided to start a little bit of a bedroom makeover for the 2 rooms that are in the basement where I live. So that was a quick, fun little project I did. So I am currently in my spare room / office, and I have decided that I'm going to be doing my bedroom, like redoing my bedroom. Meaning I will also then have like my spare room done, but I have a really big decision to make. I don't know if I should move my bedroom to what is now my spare room / office, or if I should keep it where it is. This is what the spare room currently looks like. It is a much bigger room than the one that I'm currently in. So, I mean, the space is really nice, and essentially what is kicking off this renovation is my dad is going to redo the floors for me. So we're taking out the carpet, the blue carpet and the orange carpet are going to be gone. So this is my room currently. As you can see, it is quite a bit smaller. This quilt that my grandma made for me is going to be on the guest bed because I just don't want it to be like so used, because right now obviously it's like my main blanket. So okay, so I obviously have no voice because I am sick, but I bought some new sheets and this bamboo duvet cover from HomeSense so I can finally get my bed together. I'm gonna wash these, and yeah, I'm excited to have a nicer looking situation here. We are in real time now. I thought I would show you my finished room tour. When you walk in, I've got my little altar, if you will. Lots of things going on there, but lots of special things. Then the bed, you saw I have this green duvet and then kind of warm furry blanket look. I've got these pinkish sheets, and yeah, that's pretty much that. And then beside the bed, I just have my salt lamp and then journals, books, my thermometer, and this plant. I want to get a different night table because this is just kind of like a more for a living room, but I haven't found exactly the right thing yet. So for now, this will do. And then I got this little cube cubby thing from Canadian Tire, and I really love it. I feel like the wood is nice and warm, so it kind of just stays on trend there. And I've got this very cute mushroom lamp that I found at, I think, HomeSense. And then this little mirror and a plant. And then basically I just have like socks and miscellaneous things, books. And then over to my spare room, this is what it's looking like. So it is fully the blue room, which honestly, I feel like I kind of love it. I don't hate the carpet as much when everything else turned blue, so I don't know. But yeah, starting over here, we just have calendar and then some art. This was in my room growing up as a child, and it just fits. Then these are the night tables that I had done last summer. I painted them and everything. And on top, we just have a whole bunch of herbs that I'm drying. So I have mint, lemon balm, calendula, and calendula leaves, and these are all from my gardens. Quilt cover, quilt that my grandma made. a globe and then a couple cards in this picture that my friend Anna had gifted me. I've been really lucky to actually use this as a spare room, and I've had friends stay in here now, which has been amazing. This is future packing stuff, and then this is just my desk, so I do work from here most of the time. And yeah, that is the blue room. In February, things got a little bit more exciting. I did go up north to where my family lives, my grandparents and cousins and all of that, and I was dog sitting for my aunt's dog. Cortez!
Nice.
Get some bait, but I haven't done that yet. No time. Hey? What do you get for bait?
I also ended up taking some gender reveal photos for my cousin, as she had found out that she was having a little boy, and essentially just working from home. And then once I got back home, I started doing some postpartum doula work, which ended up being really, really nice and very fulfilling. It's work that I love doing. And so I got to hang with a cute baby boy and occasionally his older brother and sister. It was nice just to get back into a little bit more doula work and having some time with babies. In March, I got back on an airplane and I flew to New Zealand to go visit my best friend. And if you haven't been here very long, you wouldn't know, but 2 years ago, I was in New Zealand as my friend's birth doula, and I was there for the birth of her son. So it was amazing to just reconnect, to see her again, to see her little guy who is now 2.
How are you? Oh.
We ended up doing so many fun things. She lives on the North Island of New Zealand, and we ended up doing a whole road trip and camping trip. So we had a tent, the two of us and her son, and we just went around and had a lot of fun, lots of ice creams. It was there summer going into fall, so the weather was still pretty nice. We did have a little bit of rain and whatnot, but it was lovely.
Getting cold?
I think that New Zealand is probably one of my top countries that I think is like one of the most beautiful in the world. The beaches are just spectacular, the people are really friendly, and yeah, I love the nature. She also took me to my first ever drum and bass party, which was held in this organic macadamia nut farm under these beautiful trees, and it was definitely not music or dancing like I'm used to. I also just don't party much, but it was so nice to go out with her, and she kind of had a mom's night out. And yeah, we had lots of fun. I met some amazing people, some very cool people. New Zealand is definitely somewhere that holds a special place in my heart. I was in New Zealand for, I think, 3.5 weeks, so not quite a month. And then when I came home in April, probably mid-April-ish, I decided to be in my trad wife era. I'm just kidding. There was a lot of prep in the yard with the garden to do, things around the house. I ended up doing a lot of cooking and baking since my friend Sam in New Zealand really inspires me to bake more. And yeah, did some painting projects. Also continued with the family again, doing the postpartum work with the baby. So it was everything domestic housewife around the house is what I was doing in April.
Hi. Hello.
And at the end of April, I was super lucky to see one of my good friends back from the van life days, and he was on his way out to the West Coast, and so he stopped in for a visit, and it was so nice to catch up and just, yeah, I'm so grateful to have a lot of friends in my life that are really like-minded. And fast forwarding into May, I actually ended up going back to Vancouver Island, and I was there for, I think, probably a full month. I went over initially because we had a family girls trip to the island to go to the spa. And then from there, I kind of decided I would just do my own thing with friends, various friends around the island. And so, yeah, I got in some camping trips, which was amazing. then something special at the end of that trip was my good friend Anna from Austria, who I met as an au pair in Madrid 8 years ago. She actually has been traveling the world for the last year, been all over the place, and she came to Canada to visit me. But she was flying from Australia, so instead of flying right to my hometown, she just flew to the West Coast, flew into Vancouver, and then I toured her around the island, so she got to meet a lot of my friends and family out there.
Come over here, just one of
Is this something criminal? It looks like I'm stoned in there.
And it was amazing. So we had awesome experiences. We had Oilers games to watch. We went whale watching and saw 16 orcas, and I just got to share some of the magic of the island with her. I also got to take her camping along with one of my other friends on the island, and so we definitely were just getting the full kind of Canadian experience. Then Anna and I came back to my hometown and she stayed with me at my house. And yeah, she actually ended up being here in my hometown for, I think, probably like 5 or 6 weeks. It was quite a while, but she was figuring out her next travel plans, and then, but I was full on in the garden with work, showing her around. We got in some camping trips and went to Banff, and yeah, it was just so incredible to really kind of reignite our friendship after 6.5 years, because I hadn't seen her since before COVID, when I had visited her in Vienna, Austria.
roll. Yes, sir, we got a brown crowd. Come on, Stavely, holler.
My family also had a German exchange student at the time who was 17, and so we went on some really big hikes together, which was amazing. However, it has been bear season full on, and the 2 hikes that we took, Anna and Julius to, we saw a total of 3 bears, and we were actually relatively close to them.
See if we can get this grizzly here. He's the big boy.
The first hike, we were about 200 meters away from a grizzly bear, and then on the second hike we went on, Anna was probably about like 10 to 15 meters away from a really large black bear. And then we saw another grizzly bear that was probably like 1,000 meters away. But yeah, it was full-on bear season. The hikes were super challenging, so they both did absolutely amazing because Canadian Rocky Mountain hikes are something else. But yeah, so we got out a whole bunch into just the nature and hiking, camping, all that fun stuff.
My feet in.
And for my birthday in June, Anna was the absolute sweetest, and I don't know if I've ever had someone be so thoughtful about my birthday before, but she made birthday pancakes for me and had little candles and flowers on them. It was so beautiful. She had a little gift for me, but she wanted to make me brunch. So we ate outside in the backyard. It was a beautiful day. And then we actually had the very first fire in my backyard. This summer has been super weird. We've actually had a lot of rain, which is very abnormal for where I live. However, that's meant that we've been able to have fires and the fire ban has been mostly lifted, which I'm super grateful for. And I've been able to have, I think, 3 or 4 fires in my backyard now, which is so nice and I love it.
I think we should have them go all the way back.
Into July, I typically don't do much for Canada Day, but because we had an Austrian and a German here, I took them both to go watch fireworks. Yeah, still gardening, lots coming from the garden now, which has been super excited, and I'm learning all about what's worked and what hasn't. I would say radishes have been my biggest challenge along with cucumber. My cucumber just did not work out this year. Anna and I had a paint and wine night, which was so fun. And then she was planning her departure to Mexico. A friend of mine from the island came to visit, so Anna, my friend, and I all kind of got to reunite before Anna left. And we got on another camping trip, which was so nice. And then pretty much everybody went home. So that brings us to now, August. It's the first month that I've been really alone in my home. August so far has been, again, a lot of yard work and gardening. It never ends, and I'll be honest, at times it can feel a little bit overwhelming to have all of it on my own. It's something that I guess my dream used to be I would do with a partner, someone really special that enjoyed this whole process as much as I did. But that's not the case. So I'm in charge of it all. So it's pretty much my second job. I guess it's kind of my third job because I am doing full-time travel work, which has been busy this month. I'm also doing a little bit of postpartum work for another family. And then of course, just the garden and all of that fun stuff. Also at the beginning of the month had my very first meal that was 100% garden homegrown, and it was actually kind of an emotional night. I had a fire and I just ate dinner by myself by the fire, which was so nice, and I just felt overwhelmingly grateful for that meal because yeah, I had my protein from beans that had finally ripened. So I had beans, potatoes, and then a bunch of other veggies. I can't remember everything, but I know I've got photos and clips of it. But yeah, I had this beautiful meal, everything from the garden, fresh and amazing. And then I actually made some vegan marshmallows over the fire, and I watched it die out while I just laid and watched the stars. And it was such a nice night, and I felt super, super grateful because it's officially been 1 whole year that I've lived in my house now, and time has gone by so fast, I can't even believe it. But yeah, on the 12th of August, officially 1 year of being in my home. I am also coming up to the anniversary date of when Roxy passed, which has definitely been on my mind a lot lately, and more so because I'm also planning my next adventure, which came up very last minute, spontaneous travel as per usual with me. But I am helping my boss with my travel work to host a tour in Spain in September, literally in 2 weeks. And when I said yes to doing that, I thought if I'm going to be in Spain, I'm already across the water in Europe, I may as well just visit some friends. So from Spain, hosting this tour, visiting friends, I'm going to return to Albania. I'm going to spend some time in Tirana, and I'm very hopeful that I can volunteer a little bit with the animal rescue that had helped Roxanne. So even if it's just buying food for the dogs there, I would like to try and give back to her family. And obviously it wouldn't be me talking about Roxanne without getting teary-eyed, because yeah, the loss of her is still emotional. However, from Tirana, I am going to do some more traveling in Albania. I really want to see more of the country and possibly the coast, but I'm going to just be traveling around, staying in hostels. I really hope to meet some other amazing people and travelers along the way. And then everything is a little bit up in the air and it's not so planned. I will pretty much just be backpacking around. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be hopping around Europe for a little bit, but I'm very excited. And yeah, like I said, I was not planning this trip at all, so it kind of just sprung up. And I guess I feel though like it was an opportunity that was meant to happen, because it's all just kind of working out, and I'm very excited to see my friends in Spain and reconnect with a lot of people. So that's what's coming up in September and October. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hi guys.